Happy Friday, everyone. My name is Nathan Cotney, and I'm going to talk today about some stuff I learned from watching a guy named Tony Horton. You might know of him. You've seen him probably on a lot of infomercials about his workouts. So it's hard to stay in shape, right? I used to be in a lot better shape. I've done, all the P90X workouts. There's like P90X2, P90X3 now. There's Insanity. Sean T has also done T25. I've done all of these things multiple times through. But these days, having a kid, she just turned 2, and running high rise, I mean, it's hard to keep up with that regimen, and I've definitely let it slide. And so I'm trying to do a much better job kind of getting into a routine again of working out. And I found myself, so I use this new Beachbody service they've got out now. They do Beachbody on demand. You can get on like Amazon or I think Apple Video. It's like I'm like an affiliate for them, but I don't. I wish I made money from Beachbody. But anyway, there's all the like Beachbody workouts. Tony Horton has these one-on-one videos where it's just Tony in his gym with like one cameraman doing the workout, and it's kind of feels like you're just kind of one-on-one with Tony. And they're kind of interesting because they're really low budget and they're very unedited. So you get kind of a really interesting kind of look at what it's like in Tony's own gym, kind of how he operates. And there's a few interesting things that I kind of picked up that have nothing to do with working out, and I think teach us a lot about just success. First, so Tony looked hungover in this movie, in this video, and I doubt he was, right? But he was unshaven. He looked sore. He was complaining. There's one exercise he was trying to do, and he was like, "I don't know if I can even do this," but he said he would try his best. And I think that's interesting. I think that's an interesting thing to kind of, look at Tony. Like, he doesn't even have to be in this room. The budgets are tiny, right? He could have easily, given his stature at Beachbody and in the workout world, he could have said, "Nah, I'm going to punt on this. Let's just do it tomorrow." But he didn't. He just showed up. He came in the room, and it just worked. It reminds me of another guy, this guy Scott Adams, who writes the Dilbert comic. He wrote a really great book, and in the book, there's a quote. I'll read this quote to you. I don't have it up. But anyway, he's got this quote that's like, I give myself permission. I lace up and I just give myself permission to, here we go, I got it pulled up now. Here's what I do when I know I should exercise, but I feel too tired and droopy to imagine doing a vigorous workout. Instead of doing what I feel I can't do, I do what I can do, which is put on my exercise clothes and lace my sneakers. Central to my method is that I grant myself 100% permission to not exercise, even after getting suited up for it. See, that's really interesting. Like, he gives himself permission to just basically get in the room and turn back and go out. But he even says, like, he has this Pavlovian response, right, where he doesn't do it. He just starts working out. Because very few of us would actually go to the gym and just turn around and leave, right? But that's really interesting. And that's kind of what I see Tony doing here. He just gets in the room. And I noticed that about myself, right? I've got a lot of friends and people who email me about businesses they want to start. And a lot of their problems are just that place where they just won't even bother getting in the room. They're still trying to pick a name. They're trying to pick a business structure. They're worried about balancing, how they're going to balance their hypothetical business with their current job. I had a friend who was worried about the load a potential client would have. But he didn't have this potential client. He wasn't talking with them. He didn't talk to any potential clients. This was like a really far out there hypothetical, but it stopped him from starting a business. I see that, a lot of my successes are simply just because I got in the room. I came up with a name. I started the LLC. I talked to some customers. I wrote some code. A lot of this stuff I didn't even finish. A lot of this stuff didn't even turn out to be good ideas. I didn't really finish it well, but I learned a lot throughout all of it because I just kept taking a step, not really worrying if it was going to be the perfect step or if I was even going to finish, completing any of this stuff. Now, today, I'm so practiced, I can start businesses that I finish and I can sell things now. So I really think just get in the room, just do something. It doesn't matter if you even complete it. The second thing I see Tony Horton doing in this workout is he recovers so quickly, right? So Tony is winded doing these workouts. I'm winded doing these workouts, right? And I notice, like, you do these workouts, you even, these intense things. It's not like Tony is just plowing through this and he doesn't need to take a breath. In fact, in this workout, he says he's taking his own personal pause button. The guy is breathing heavy and he's got to stop. Right? And I've got to stop. But here's the thing about Tony. He just recovers really fast. He takes a pause. He takes a couple breaths, and then he's in the exercise again, right? I bet you would argue like, oh, but Tony's been doing this for decades and decades. He's a professional. But I think it's more interesting than that. I used to work out with a trainer, and when I remember my first workout with him, and he was like, when I first meet with a client, I've really got to assess how experienced they are with just going to the gym, because the non-experienced folks, people who are just kind of doing this for the first time, they give up sooner. And it's not because they don't have the fitness. It's because they're not used to their heart pounding. They just give up. They think they're having a heart attack. They think they're dying. And so the people who have experience, they're feeling the same thing. They're going through the same, pain in their heart and in their chest, but they recover quicker because they know they've been uncomfortable before. They know this isn't a heart attack. They know this isn't death. And so they just get up and they keep going. They go through it, right? And I know that's a lot. Successful entrepreneurs, they go through things. They don't wallow in failure, right? So when they reach the point of something not working out, I don't even think it registers with them as failure anymore. It's just, it might be uncomfortable, but then they do something fast to recover. They shut down the project. They take a different path. A lot of the things that I do now, sure, you could argue, oh, you failed here, you failed there. It doesn't even register as failure anymore. It was an experiment. It's just something I know, oh, it didn't work out, we'll do something else. The people, the amateurs who are stuck with businesses that aren't successful yet, or they haven't had a string of successes yet, they wallow in these failures. If they go through a problem, it's going to be years before they touch starting a business again. Whereas, like, we're all going through the same kind of failures. It's just that the professionals know, we've been here before. This isn't a big deal. We'll get through this. We'll do another thing. The third thing that I think is really interesting about Tony is the fact that he has a cool down period. After his workout, he spends a great deal of time cooling down, making his heart rate come down, stretching, talking about proper food, to have after this. Whereas like an amateur person working out will work out and then just stop. They don't stretch afterward. They don't cool down. They'll probably go home and eat a really crappy meal because they think they deserve now. They've burned some calories. They can eat a cheeseburger, drink a milkshake, have a Coke, whatever. But the smart professional, gym goer, a guy like Tony Horton, knows that this is the best time to actually kind of keep it going. Let's bring down the heart rate. Stretching is ideal here because your muscles are already warm. Your muscles now are in the perfect spot to like take in better nutrients. So now it's even more important to eat a good meal after working out. And I think that's true in a lot of just kind of, if you take this now and you apply it to starting a business, a lot of amateur people starting businesses go by that phrase, like, I'm going to play hard, I'm going to work hard and play hard. And so they work like crazy, they work all night, and then they think relaxing is staying up all night still, partying, drinking alcohol, a lot of alcohol, trying to drink a lot of caffeine to kind of eradicate the need for sleep. Man, I've been doing this now for over a decade, and it's not like that at all. Like, that is a recipe for burnout. It is so important to get sleep afterward, to take care of myself, eat healthy meals, eat a salad every single day, eat multiple salads every single day. And this is what keeps you going for decades and decades of running businesses. And so it's really important to recognize that you need a healthy recovery period after doing difficult things, after doing some hard things in your business. So I don't know, watching Tony is inspiring because I think he's doing a lot of things that isn't just about working out, but some really interesting lessons to take and apply to the stuff I'm trying to do, to the business decisions that I have. And so I hope you get something out of it too. And have a great weekend. If you're in the US, I hope you have a great holiday weekend. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We have a going thing here where Lynette, the COO of Highrise, says we can add some money to a budget to buy a better camera, buy some better lighting, buy some better audio equipment if we reach 200 YouTube subscribers. So please share this with your friends and please subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.